South Korea and Russia signed a deal to implement the proposed nine-bridge strategy. Under the agreement, the two sides will look to strengthen bilateral cooperation in 9 key sectors, including gas, railways, and shipbuilding. One goal set for next year is to push up their trade volume to $30 billion. For details, let's turn to our Cha Sang-mi.
Seoul and Moscow signed a deal to bolster bilateral economic ties by agreeing on an action plan that will ultimately support South Korean firms doing business in Russia. South Korea's finance chief Hong Nam-gi and Russia's deputy prime minister Yuri, who also serves as the presidential envoy to Russia's Far East, signed the pact in Seoul on Wednesday. The deal includes detailed action plans for future South Korea-Russia ties, including a three-way cooperation among the two Koreas and Russia on railway, gas, and electric power. The signing comes after President Moon Jae-in had reiterated cooperation between the two countries when he addressed the State Duma during his state visit to Russia last year.
작년 동방경제 포럼에서 나는 9개의 다리 전략을 중심으로 양국의 협력을 제안했습니다.
And the 9 fields of two-way cooperation are namely shipbuilding, port construction, the Northern Sea Route development, gas exploration, railway construction, power generation, job creation, and farming and fishing industries. The two sides also discussed ways to push up bilateral trade volume to $30 billion by 2020 from last year's $24.8 billion, and conclude their bilateral FTA on investment and service sectors. The nine-bridge strategy is part of President Moon's new northern policy aimed at expanding cooperation with China, Japan, Russia, and Mongolia. Cha Sang-mi, Arirang News.